Hello travelers, Tara here, and it's been a crazy, I don't know, past week or two for me. This is going to be the elemental, I can't even talk, elemental air for February 2018. So I am reading for the air signs of Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, Sun, Moon, and or Rising. This is a general reading. So the messages are not going to resonate with everyone. If you want to check in to see what's happening, that does require a personal reading. You can click on the eye here in the upper right hand corner. That will take you over to the website. Simply go over and look for tarot services, and there you have it. For website members, I have just 4 more videos to upload for the individual gallery, and then I will start on the romance gallery for you. So I'm getting there. I will be sending out another newsletter later today for website members. So if you have not signed up for the newsletter and you are a member, please do so. I have a lot of you sending me the same information, asking the same question, and I have already sent that information out. So I'm going to do a quick synopsis in a new newsletter. So if you have not signed up, please do so. Okay? Now, let's see. I can't believe we're already in the second week of February. Now listen, we have just come through a full moon lunar eclipse. That was a super moon, and not only was it a super moon, but it was a rare blue blood moon, or blood blue moon. Okay, so it was orange, but it was a blue moon. And what a blue, you ever heard the saying once in a blue moon? Well, a blue moon is simply the occurrence of 2 full moons in 1 month. And the last time that we had a supermoon, blue moon, lunar eclipse was May 31st, 1866. So it was something really special. Now, you should have, hopefully if you've read the Transit Watch article that I posted, you have read that already. Now, eclipses come in pairs. And so we have a partial solar eclipse on February 15th, the day after New Year's. Eclipses are game changers. For those of you who are website members, there is the eclipse date list and the whole eclipse survival guide there for you. If you have not located that information, use the search feature called the Look It Up feature and type in eclipses, and those articles are going to pop up for you. Okay, so we have another one coming up here in another week or so. And this will be a new moon partial solar eclipse. So the universe is trying to give you the opportunity to step into a new whatever it is you need to step into. So let's go ahead and lay the cards. 9 cards down. 4 of Wands. 7 of Swords. And the Justice card. 9 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. 7. Wow, 3 sevens. 7 of Wands. So I have the 7 of Swords, 7 of Coins, 7 of Wands represented here. 5 of Wands. 2 of Swords. Okay, it's kind of repeating itself back and forth here. And well, here is the 10 of Pentacles. Now, isn't that just the oddest thing? Anyway, let's see what the overall energy is. Here is the Sword of Truth, the Ace of Swords. This is our overall energy. Swords represent thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, ideas, and communications. I only have 1 major arcana here. And even though it's only 1, it holds a lot of sway because it's kind of like looking down over the whole reading. Now, I feel for some of you, you are struggling. And by the way, I do read for same-sex and heterosexual, okay? So I don't just try to talk about heterosexual relationships. I cover heterosexual, bisexual, polyamorous, whatever it is you got going on. But it also speaks about friendships, family relationships, group relationships, and also work relationships. Now, so I have two swords cards, three wands cards, 2 coins, and a cup. And the overall energy, when I say that, what I mean is that this is kind of what's hanging around over it. For some of you, this has already started. For some of you, you're in the thick of it. For others of you, this is going to be coming up perhaps on the other side of this eclipse. I feel for some of you, what I'm looking at is some of you have, I think, been trying to move or you have purchased a property. Let me explain. The Four of Wands is the home card or the shacking up card. Now, this card can also be about just your home foundation. I would say in one respect that is a yes, because we have this concept of family. But you know, you may not have kids, but maybe you're just trying to purchase your first home. It is something you have been saving up for, you've been looking towards, maybe you put in for a mortgage loan. This could be your first condo. This could be putting a deposit down on your first apartment. Okay. I also feel that through no small effort, this is something that you had to, against like all odds, fight against whatever the universe has been throwing at you to kind of get to that point, right? So congratulations. And the reason why I'm telling you that this is about someone, this is a home move for someone, are these 3 cards. The Four of Wands, the Seven of Swords. Now, in the Seven of Swords, this card is traditionally interpreted as somebody who's there's been dirty tricks, lying, stealing, thievery, plain old shenanigans, maybe gossip, people talking about you behind your back, saying ugly things, stalking, online stalking, things of that nature. But one of the old 13th century interpretations of this card is a home move. I don't ever see that looking at that, but okay. Look, you're moving, but oh my God, I left some shit behind. Okay, so there's those 2 cards. And then there at the base of the 9 of coins lady, there's the snail. And snails are, along with armadillos and turtles, are pretty much the only animals that I know that carry their homes on their backs. So I think really that what I'm looking at is some kind of property issue. Okay, whether this is a loan, whether this has been a divorce, a separation, just an out and outright paying on it, you know, boom, I saved $40,000 and I'm paying for my house. I'm getting it paid off. So I do feel that there's some kind of legal issue here. I also feel it's some kind of legal issue that I don't think some of you are aware of. Okay? That goes back to that original meaning of some shenanigans going on. I think that some of you here with the 7 of Pentacles right in the center, this is waiting for the harvest to come in, right? You've been doing all of this despite whatever the universe has been throwing at you. And maybe this 7 of Swords is also that energy of trying to carry too many things in your head at once. Okay? In which case you're going to kind of be distracted. And again, you're kind of looking back as to what is it that I'm not seeing. Why? I have another interpretation of another somewhat. Here's a 2 of Swords. But look. Excuse me. He's looking at these 2 swords. So this could be being of 2 minds. I forgot something. Maybe some of you have moved into a new place and realized, oh shit, I left whatever. I can't find it. Maybe some of you are kind of pausing for a moment before you go through with this purchase, this move. You're trying to get things into perspective. This Seven of Wands could also be that energy of people trying to naysay you, or things just not seeming to go your way, other things cropping up while you're trying to get all of your stuff together. And this is you kind of standing up going, no, I got to get this done. It is this Five of Wands, and it sits in a pivotal place. Almost as if some of you are saying that you're kind of, if this is a legal issue or you're waiting for some type of contractual, why contracts? This rules Libra, and Libra is the house of contracts. Okay? It's not just look, a wedding, usually the seventh house rules your wedding partner. Okay? But what is a wedding or a marriage but not a contract? All right? With all the legalities involved, name changes, property, mortgages, insurance, children, those are contracts. So I think that some of you are waiting on some kind of contractual issue. I think maybe some of you might be waiting for an offer or a better offer, or maybe you put in an offer and it hasn't come through. There might be some kind of competition going on between you and, another buyer or another seller. You're trying to work these things out. And some of you most definitely are not sure if whether or not you're being tricked or not. I would say in one respect, some of you are. But I also think that you're going to eventually get whatever it is that you've been fighting for. Okay, here we got 4 Wands, 7, and then this big old 10 right here at the end. The Two of Swords is the card of not trusting what you're being shown, not trusting what you're being told, not trusting what your gut feeling is telling you. Okay, and I'm here to tell you, you don't have to know how to read cards. You don't have to be psychic to have gut intuition. And I think that some of you are kind of paying attention to that. I don't see you rushing into anything. But I also feel or sense that some of you are not quite sure if maybe standing up for yourself in this situation is the right thing to do. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. That's the bottom line. And if I look over here, this 10, this Justice, to the 9 of Pentacles, to the 10 of Cups, what is it worth to you? Libra is ruled by Venus, as is Taurus. And you always hear me say that Venus is not just about money and beautiful things and love, okay, aesthetics. It is about your value system. Money and love are two sides of the same coin. And if you love yourself, then you're going to have the value to say, I'm not going to let somebody come in and screw me out of whatever this is I've been saving for, I've been working on. Now you need to go back and redo them damn numbers because you're trying to cheat me out of some crap. I don't understand the math of what you're trying to do. Go back in there with that calculator and figure that out. Or no, this is the price that I ask and this is the price that I want. And if I got to go down, I'm only going to go down X amount of dollars. Right? Because what you're trying to come to is some kind of idea of just being happy. If I can get this place, if I can get it with the least amount of drama and upset, I've been saving for it. This is something I've been wanting my whole life. This is really my dream. Okay? That covenant that you have, that's another kind of a contract of having that faith and belief that I can have whatever it is that I want. What is it worth to you to get it? That's the question. Now, I'm going to take a look at these. Oh my God, my email. Y'all don't even know. Okay. So let me, first I want to see if I can take a look, because I have all of these pip cards, but I want to look at the 7 of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Wands next to this. Because they are the ones closely touching it, and it's 3 7s. It's a repeated number. And I'm also going to take a look at this 9 of Pentacles next to the Justice card to see if I can get some kind of clarity on this for you. Now, there's no cup card here. There's no 7 of Cups. So it's not, to me, it's not speaking to some kind of emotional confusion. There's some mental confusion, maybe some words not being said or something that should be said, or some crosswords or somebody lying about it. There's some Financial issues here. Is the person giving me the right price? Am I asking enough for it? But also, do I even have room to take this on? Okay. And then the Seven of Wands. What the hell am I going to do about this situation? So I'm going to look at first the Seven of Swords to see if it's next to the Justice card. Because this could be somebody trying to get you to sign a contract, but there's something hidden in the contract that you are not aware of. And for some of you, this could go back to the end of the year when we were going through that Mercury in retrograde phase. Remember, I always tell you, if you don't have to sign, if you can put it off, do so. Next to any other sevens of any suit. This is an indication that huge life changes are about to take place in your life. It is a strong indication that you have reached an important point in your life and change is inevitable. It tells of starting over under new or different circumstances, but that new and favorable conditions abound. So this may not, excuse me, this may not just be about a legal issue. This could be really some kind of karmic issue. Okay? 3 sevens, well, foretell of a pregnancy. Maybe that's why we're so happy. Well, if that's the case, then some of you, the answer is yes. For those of you who are past baby having age, pregnancy can mean some kind of the birth of something new. I have to include that in there. Okay. So this is something new coming in, most definitely. Some kind of change trying to happen. Now, let me look at the, see if I can see about the Seven of Coins next to the Justice card. If it has anything to tell me. Excuse me. God, the pollen count is really high today. My throat's so scratchy. Now this is a different meaning of the Three of Pentacles with any other seven, okay? Is an indication that you are currently surrounded by lots of changes and opportunities. You are asked to consider all options objectively before making the final informed choice or decisions, okay? Because whatever this thing is, it's a change. Now, I want to look at the Seven of Wands next to this Justice card, or with any other threes, with any other sevens. Let's see what this one says. No, it goes back to the pregnancy. So no matter how you look at it, it's a birth. Some kind of a new thing being born or coming into being. Now, what I need to do, 3 sevens speak to good luck. But I would dare say that you're going to have your wits about you. And so even if this is a pregnancy, an actual pregnancy coming, I think maybe that might be for 0.1% of you. For everybody else, I think what I'm looking at is some kind of contractual issue that may involve property. And this is about gaining a new level of extreme emotional happiness. Okay? But there's a decision that has to be made. And I think some of you feel as though you don't, either someone's pulling the wool over your eyes, okay? And you're not even sure what to think about whether they are or whether they aren't. This is, to me, kind of speaks to some uncertainty. So that's why this 7 of coins here is in the center. So let's, the 2 cards, the 3 cards, I'm going to take a look at the 7 of swords. I'm going to take a look at the 5 of wands. And I'm going to take a look at the 2 of swords here. You know, this could be, for some of you, maybe you've gotten the news that you are pregnant and now you gotta, maybe you gotta argue with some folks about that. Could be the partner that you're with. How am I going to tell them? And then some of you tell them, and then you have a fight, and then now all of a sudden y'all ain't speaking. You don't know what to think about that. But if that's the case, I would say that eventually, I'm not saying that you guys are going to get married. What I like to see in terms of a marriage card would be like the ace along with the justice card with the 10 of cups in the spread together. But this is our overall energy. Okay, so they're not in the spread together, and we see that there's some kind of internal conflict and external conflict. Fives represent outside changes, things that you have no control over. Okay. Allegrezza al cuore, happiness of the heart. Conversations, okay? Remember, I said swords speak to communication. And the viaggio, okay, the trip. And I'm kind of like this is a revisit of going back to something. Now, what I think is that some of you, if you are pregnant, this is you hiding it. You're not saying anything right now. Okay, you don't want to upset the balance of something. Okay, or maybe you are you're afraid in some way, shape, or form to, maybe even you're afraid to even take the damn test, but you kind of know that you are, huh? Or you're just trying to keep it light until you can figure out a way to kind of drop that bomb. But this is also the idea that there are some kind of negotiations going on that have to do with the family. So even if this is a property thing, this may be, you know, you having to go into some kind of legal negotiations in terms of this property, this move, this home that you're trying to attain. Oh my God. Five of Wands. And sometimes this Five of Wands could just be some kind of delay, you know, that's making everybody testy. But either way, the delay is not something that you have any control over. Belvedere. Great foresight and planning. Sacerdote. Okay, now look at this guy can be a mediator. He can be a priest. He can be a counselor. But it also speaks to the single man. And the vedevo. So what I feel is that maybe some of you have told this individual that you are pregnant, and that person then be like, hell no, fight. Okay. Now this could also be back to the property, just a property legal issue. This could be someone who is, you're trying to mediate this situation here to prevent this fight, or to you know, I went ahead and I hired somebody, you know, because I know that I'm gonna have trouble with him, right? Or with this deal. Somebody who is tied to their past. And this could, you know, in a way it really kind of reads like the person is not trying to, in effect, participate, whether this is a baby coming or some kind of property or separation issue. I don't know. Everybody's story is different. You know, and there's going to be a lot of that going on with children and lovers versus groups and organizations because of where the nodes sit. Read the Transit Watch article. Two of Swords. What is it that you guys either feel you don't see, or you don't trust what you're saying and what you're being told, or you just don't know, you're just going to wait and not do anything because you don't know what to do. La Vecchia Signora. Now, she speaks to an old confidant, an old friend. So this is going to be like a relative, an auntie, you know, my play auntie. A lot of black folks got play cousins and play aunties. So Okay, but this usually, typically when this card shows up, it says that there's somebody that you can get some kind of advice from. The Gran Signore. And the Dilettante. Well, now, I don't know if this is telling me, those are three strange cards to come out together. So I don't know if this is about a female relative, old friend. You know, sometimes you with somebody and for whatever reason, the parents don't like you or the person who raised them. And they ain't never got nothing nice to say. Remember I said this could also be about talking? Remember? I said that. Gossiping behind your back. Somebody saying something ugly behind your back. And this could be somebody's mama or auntie or older sister or friend going, that baby ain't yours. Or you shouldn't go in or you shouldn't sell them that house. Or you shouldn't buy no house from them. Whatever the case may be, I think they are being advised, or either you are being advised, that the person that you are dealing with may not be as trustworthy as you think. There's the dilettante, the stupid action, stupid behavior. So if that is the case, the question becomes, are you just going to sit on your ass? Huh? And not do anything about it? What is that worth for you? And what does it mean? Venus, again, the love and the money is, sometimes there are things and people and situations that are more precious than gold and money. So you are in a real dilemma. But the Ace of Swords says a new truth will present itself. For some of you, this truth has already come through. Others of you kind of waiting for it to come. All right. Some of you, this is about being able to pierce through whatever the confusion is. All right. Speaking a truth, a rationalization, communicating it, something coming swiftly out of the blue. Aha, that's what I'm going to have to do. Now, I dare say for some of you, there's the underlying energy of a wedding or a proposal. There is that underlying energy with these three cards. But I dare say that either you are conflicted about it, okay, or there's somebody who is challenging the union for whatever reason. You know, it may be that the baby, the husband, and the house all come together. You know, I don't know. So I want you to formulate a question for the angel answer card. I'm trying to get my tax information together, and well, I don't know. All right. One question for the angel answer card. One more time. Exciting times, people. These no's ain't playing. I'm telling you, they are not playing. See that? Choose a new direction. When I'm just telling you, the no's ain't playing. You can either keep doing it the same old way, or you can do it a different way. And if the same old way ain't working for you, then what are you going to do about it? All right, choose a new direction. The time has come to choose a new direction for your life. The circumstances that you find yourself living in may seem unfulfilling, or perhaps your heart is full of discontent. You know that there is something more out in the world for you, and you've been procrastinating following the guidance of your angels. Maybe for some of you, this is an argument over whether or not you want to even have children. Okay, maybe you do and that partner doesn't. Maybe the partner does and you don't. I don't know. Make a conscious choice to be the person you are meant to be. Create an action plan for yourself that leads you in the direction of your divine life purpose, and begin taking steps immediately towards a happier future. And I would dare say that with this new eclipse coming up in the sign of Aquarius, that is a doorway for you to open to step through. Okay? That's where the true South Node is. So that's what I have for you, air signs. I do hope those messages helped. And until next time, namaste.